Good afternoon. Brent Lehman from North Adams coming to you again with my noontime live stream. And two topics today. One just very briefly, and then the other one is quite lengthy. First of all, as far as athletics and fans, as we've said from the beginning, we are constantly watching the data connected with the virus and trying to open things up as much as possible and still maintain a good degree of safety. And I can tell you that the athletic directors are working with Dr. Ainsworth to see again with the great county numbers if there's some more, if there's more fans we can allow to our events. Those plans are being discussed, and you can look forward to maybe seeing an update yet this week as again, we work every week deciding what part of normal can we get back to and provide that typical school year that everybody would just love to have. My next topic deals with lunch. And we've received multiple questions about lunch. We've received some concerns about lunch. And I just want to take a moment today and try to address some of that as to what exactly is going on with lunch. And this response is a little bit long, so bear with me. And I'm going to be reading because there's so many pieces to lunch and trying to serve lunch in a safe manner and try to serve it to students. That is still something that we have been proud of in the past, and we want to be there. I'm certain you can agree that the presence of COVID has changed many things in our day-to-day environments to maintain safety and reduce the risk of exposure and the spread of illnesses. One thing we are happy to share that COVID has not impacted, however, is our menu and the food we serve at North Adams. Everything we serve throughout the day is the same menu we have served in the past, and it continues to meet all the nutritional standards that are outlined by the USDA. We've had to have different processes and some different modes of providing that food, but it is the same food and the same guidelines. We did, however, have to make some changes due to the compliance requirements in order to maintain safety in the cafeteria. And some of you have noticed those. I want to quickly outline some of those changes that you have seen, particularly that your children have seen. First of all, the packaging guidelines. The delivery of our meal service has changed. We have opted to serve students more individually prepared items to decrease food handling and increase safety. This method is driven strictly by COVID guidelines. Students are now seeing that all items are individually wrapped, pre-packaged meals, which is a big change from last year when they had the flexibility to walk through the lunch line and select their meal options. And I'll talk more about options in a little bit. This change is an added procedure to ensure that meals are served covered to reduce the spread of illness during meal service. While the look of how our food is served has changed, the meal itself has not. Our food service department still continues to prepare the meals and package them with a lid, place it in a warmer until it is served. Another change that students are seeing is the expansion of the dining location options. To reduce wait time in lines for lunch and allow for social distancing in our dining spaces, we've expanded those spaces. The expansion of locations is helpful to allow us to maintain social distancing. However, it adds some of the challenges we have seen with the meal delivery. One example is our middle school students are served in the old middle school cafeteria. Food is transported in warmers from the main kitchen in the high school to the middle school cafeteria. Unfortunately, meals have lids on them, and in the process of transport, they may lose that original appearance or presentation when it was initially packaged. However, not only does the prepackaged service allow us to remain in compliance with COVID guidelines, it also provides to be a flexible delivery option, which is easy and quick to clean up. The The packages are disposable. It creates that easy cleanup when we're eating in all these different alternate locations away from what would typically be the kitchen and the dish room. It's a universal way that allows our staff to quickly and universally accommodate rapid changes in a moment's time. For example, if spread occurs, students could be served in their classrooms, or in the event of a school closure, our staff could quickly be prepared to serve students via e-learning as we did some of our students, as we do some of our students currently, and as we did a lot of students this past summer. So the biggest problem with our delivery method is those containers. They're prepared, and then a lid is placed on them, and what that means is then when they're served, we can't look at that meal again until the student opens it. And that can be a challenge, because anyone knows when you serve food, it's nice to be able to look at it before you give it to people so you can be certain that everything is okay. That's not an option we have right now. Another change our students have definitely noticed is the meal choices are limited compared to years past. Now, one of the choices we had when school started was to just stay with cold lunches, like we did this summer. No one wanted to do that. Our food service staff wanted desperately to provide hot lunches to our students. And the problem, though, are the choices. And our high school students noticed this immediately. When we came to one campus and had the new kitchen and the new cafeterias, the high school students in particular had 4, 5, 6 options every day for lunch. That certainly was not possible with our current setup to keep safety first and foremost. Given some of the challenges that we are facing and our desire to have students eat in the cafeteria, we felt it best to monitor progress as the year got started. Our goal was to have students have the ability to eat in the cafeteria. To do so, we felt it necessary to take time to evaluate if eating in the classroom would be possible while we keep the spread of the illness down. We have seen great success in our social distancing and safety measures, and our team has slowly been looking to introduce additional options. And our team recently started to include salads as an option, which was something from last year. And we do have cold meal kits that are available for students in all grades, if they choose not to have the hot lunch. So as we move forward, those options will be added as best we can under the circumstances we are involved in. Please trust that our menu is always compliant with the USDA standards and meeting the nutritional value as outlined by them. As a participant in the school lunch program, we have an obligation and a responsibility to meet those standards, and our staff is passionate about ensuring that we offer meals that students like to eat while creatively finding ways to make them have a nutritionist value. Our full menus are published on our food service website, and you're always welcome to refer to it for a full outline of what is being served and what is coming in the weeks ahead. This has been just a brief overview of our service. And this afternoon, Leah will be posting additional information that has far greater detail on our website. So please check that out. We encourage you to read the information. Every single member of our district is dedicated to their position and making this a positive year and a learning experience for our students. We are aware there are going to be times that we have to evaluate what we are doing and adjust to the challenges we are faced with. We are committed to doing this, and we will appreciate it if when you do have a concern that you reach out directly to us and ask. Our staff is working hard, and it hurts when we see the negative comments on social media. We want our social media to be an informative place for families to receive information in a safe and responsible culture for all who access it. If you do have something to share, we encourage you to reach out to us. We want to make it right. Finally, I conclude with our appreciation for you supporting our staff and your students during this time. We know some things may look a little different, but at the end of the day, we are proud to say that they are still receiving the same quality education, meals, love, and care for their well-being that they have always received. Thank you for letting us serve your family. It is what our hearts have been called to do, and we love to do it. Thank you for being our partner. We are better together. And as we move forward, if there's something that doesn't go right for your family, reach out to us, and we want to make that correct. And on a very immediate basis, particularly with lunch, if your child ends up with a lunch that maybe got too warm or something just doesn't seem quite right, all they have to do is ask one of the ladies helping in the cafeteria or one of the cooks or one of the other people in there, the administrators are in there. Just tell them to ask, and we will make it right. We always have, and we will continue to do that as we serve many, many meals and breakfasts each and every day. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening, and have a wonderful afternoon.